Okie dokie. I mean, you're always down for green Jesus, and you know, that's definitely what I think I'm leaning towards. A nice change of pace. It's been a long time since we played a Beogh run. I want... Was our victory in the Great Players series Hello or Beogh? I feel like it must have been. Just to get the opportunity to show it off, right? But if not, then definitely need to try it out. I know we did definitely play an Orc of Beogh during one of the tournaments. One of the ones we had a little bit more playtime. But let's do it. We can jump in here. Then the question is, between Fighter and Monk. Fighter's nice to get a bit of a head start, and you know, you're a little more survivable in the very early dungeon, but Monk is nice because as soon as you are converted, I think you immediately get access to Smite, which at the very least gets us a heck of a lot closer to recruiting friends. So let's do it. And gotta be an axe. Oh, right. And what is a name for the Messiah here? I mean, we could always just go with Green Jesus. I don't think I've used it before, and I'm not feeling especially creative. All of my mental faculties these days are just completely absorbed into thinking about my Baldur's Gate 3 run. And so, not going to be doing a whole lot of cognitive load besides that. At least not for the foreseeable future here. Besides work, I do try to keep that going in the background. But of course, we'll get all of our auto pickup and everything set up, and then dump the morgue file here as well. Oh, it's changed to alphabetical, but let's go with most recent, and we'll just grab that seed here just in case any of you lovely folks are joining along from at home, and see how you fare in the dungeon. Okie dokie. Well, with that, I guess we're off to the races here, immediately finding 2 rings. Lovely. Neither of which is especially incredible, but still can't complain too much. Hello, my friend. So what we're looking for is probably some heavier armor right away, and you know what, that will definitely do the trick. My tab instincts are a little bit stuck on the polearm style there. We had a gap away from the monster, and I immediately went to swing once again. Sama, but hey, we'll eventually get the hang of it here and see how it goes. But in general, very excited for this run. The hardest part is always keeping your disciples alive, but besides that, it's been a long time since I fooled around with Smite, which is always a lot of fun. Just being able to obliterate enemies from a distance, always fantastic stuff. And we shouldn't have too many troubles in the early dungeon. It is pretty much the equivalent of just playing a fighter once we have gotten some of the starting equipment under our belt. Specifically, even heavier armor than we're currently wearing would be nice. Could be lovely. I will immediately, sure, buy ID and Fog. And you know what? Sure, Invisible might be nice as well. We do have enough money to buy a few more ID if we want it. And you know, I think we do want it. This might be one of the few times that I'm going to be as proactive as I should be, just because we got those ID'd so early on. Or I guess got the ID sorted out is maybe the better way to phrase it for clarity. And that should be fantastic. We have a few emergency measures tucked away into our pocket here. I do like the monks start with ambrosia. That's something that I don't think I've really noticed before. Magic mapping though, teleportation. Would also like to get ID'd as soon as possible. Oh my gosh. Ringmail poison resistance if we really need it, though hopefully by the time we have enough money to buy all that stuff, we're in a better spot and don't need to rely on it. Let's check out this ring here. Our elect fly, our poison. I mean, that's also gonna get a mark along with the regeneration amulet. And yeah, it's been too long since I played an axe-based character. I forgot about the simple pleasures in life of just rampaging, slicing through a horde of enemies without a care in the world. I do love to see it. But there's another ID, so we can definitely just keep reading through stuff as they come up. Ooh. And can immediately swap out our gloves. I don't love the blinding yellow, but you know, a short sacrifice here. Maybe it'll end up being really iconic and emblematic once we got the full outfit put together, so can't complain this early into the endeavor here. And beautiful. So there we go with D2. Making all right progress so far. We're hoping to run into an Orc Priest as soon as we possibly can. I have to remember, I think we just get an option when we run into them, or there's a chance. I forget how the mechanics work exactly. Hopefully we don't ruin it by accident, but I'm sure we'll be just fine. Hello, my quivering endoplasm friend. Which I should say is not the adjective that I pulled out of the hat there, but rather just what they do in game. Not a big fan of quivering. It's not quite as gross as so many other words are out there, but it's definitely a weird one to me. Not a huge fan, but my completely arbitrary, silly opinions about language aside, let's just hope that we can chunk through this son of a gun. Beautiful. And Amulet of the Acrobat, again, not something that we are interested in long term, but for now, that's nice. Similarly, we'll switch out our Resist Corrosion for Willpower, since that's more likely to be useful in the short term here. And you know, I'm betting we did find heavier armor since I last checked and just completely forgot to pick it up. So as soon as we finish off that son of a gun, I was gonna say this floor, but let's be a little bit better here. And look up armor. There is, okay, chainmail for sale. Ooh, plate armor willpower for sale as well. I do like that. Anything on the floor though? Oh, there's not. Well, okie dokie. I guess I've not been quite as negligent as my initial assumptions led me to believe. I guess that's good, even though I would love to have been wrong in that context. Definitely would have suited me better. Though, speaking of armor, there is this helmet over here, so let's definitely run over and grab that bad boy as well. Nice little red hood here. And that is fantastic. Do not tempt me, faithful of these heretics. We wait for the one true savior, Beogh. And we can probably afford to fight you. We'll just get you poisoned up, so once you go berserk, we have a little bit of a safety net. Fortunately, didn't end up being necessary whatsoever, but still good practice, I feel. And let's start chunking through some of our things here. Ooh, 2 scrolls of brand weapon. Oof, well that's not likely to be useful for a while here, at least until we get our first broadaxe. But still nice to have available for when that time does come. No, we have to hit P. So by the altar or by the axe, you will meet Beogh. Press Y on the ability there we go. I bow. Yes, please. Beautiful. And can immediately upgrade to a war axe. At least I think so. Attack delay at 0.8. Attack delay of 1 is good enough for me. And beautiful. So we have managed to convert. Got a pretty, like a decently early Orc Priest there. Could definitely have been better, but I'm more than happy with that. And now it is time to just destroy the heretics, shall we? Now there we go. That is a much cooler helmet. I Definitely like that. +2 ring mail of positive energy. Also a bit of an upgrade for us here. Fantastic. I mean, the magical colored armor doesn't match quite as well with our helmet, but far and away good enough for me. Ooh, and what was that? Magic ring mail, +3 ring mail. Do I get rid of my positive energy for just slightly better defenses? Doesn't seem like a terrible idea at this stage. But also can't really be bothered, so I think for the time being, we'll just keep smashing tab and O through the dungeon here and just murderating our way through like one does. And there we go. Start to take a little bit more damage than I'd like. We also can revisit the any of the shops that we were passing by before. Do I want magic mapping early? Probably just want the amulet of regen, honestly. Even though it's my whole bank account. Let's do it. Slightly better than the acrobat at the very least. And that should be fantastic. And here we go. Yes, unexplored floor. And back into the mix of it. We should, again, just breeze through all the early part of the game. That definitely has seemed to be the case so far. Just another war axe. Not too interesting. Still holding out for our hero here. And one day, our hero will come in the form of... I don't even know. Maybe... I mean, a broadaxe of speed is obviously the dream. And all dreams here, but the chances of actually finding one of those bad boys, especially rare, so not gonna get too hung up on it. Oh my gosh, magic helmets abound. +2 helmet of intelligence. Almost don't want to wear it just because I like the look of this one, but maybe this one looks even better. Ooh, it's the same horned design, but in pure black. Definitely helps with the matching aspect. Black will go with a lot more colors than the matte gray that we had before, so not too bad from our fashionista perspective, which is of course the most important one. Oh, our first friend immediately murdered in front of our very eyes. Oh gosh, and again, yikes. But one of these days, some of these buddies will stay alive. Ooh, in fact, there we go. So you, my friend, I guess can follow us for now. I'm tempted to park you on an earlier floor. Just make sure that you stay alive, though I don't remember some of the finer intricacies of the mechanics at play here. What I do know the intricacies of is how dangerous a hornet is at this stage in the game. Also, hey Prince Cosmo, sorry, did not see you there. Been very hyper-focused and tunnel vision in the game, but howdy howdy. Hope things are going well for you, my friend. Oof. Well, I know we were just talking about keeping my friend alive, but I don't think that's happening anymore. We'll actually just read a teleport to bring us over to a different section of the level. I actually just kind of want to get out of here. If we had a little bit more money and we could afford to buy the poison resistance ring that we saw earlier on, then we'd have, you know, some amount of recourse to work with here. Unfortunately, is not the case here at the moment. Oh gosh, let's try that again. You know what, yeah, you might be my best bet. We want to head up this direction, away from all those sons of guns. And please swap places with me. Oh, you son of a gun. I tried. Ah, there we go. Okay, starting with an orc warrior. Now that is much more likely to bear some fruit here. I believe in you, my friend. We'll just try to tank the damage as much as I possibly can. Which is not very much. So we're going to start retreating, and our friend is probably going to die, but this time at least it was a worthy sacrifice. You know, I can respect that. And let's just constrict you, sons of guns. Unfortunately, no magic axe, which is what you're always kind of holding out hope for in that case. Not shammy, same to me. Well, definitely going all right on my end, thanks. Hey, Repo, how's it going? Okie dokie. Well, made it through D8. Oh my gosh. Excuse me? Where are all the stairs? I don't love that, because that D7 is especially dangerous. Ooh, but our new orc friend, already leveling up. Do love that. In fact, need to keep checking on you. As soon as you get names, that's when I start to get a little more attached. So we'd definitely like to keep them alive at that stage, but I think it's about time that we train some Invo and get the smite rolling right away here, since it will be such a strong, especially unique killer. And what else? Oh man, max out that Invo, it's so fun. That's the plan. Slowly but surely. Maybe a little bit of armor while we're at it. I don't know, I'm not feeling too committed to anything at the moment here. That seems like a half-decent place to start. I mean, axe, fight, armor, shield, invo, what else do you need? Very true. Those are pretty much what we're going to be aiming for. Maybe some throwing, maybe some evo, but chances are I can just stick to the basics here and be pretty happy about things. Oh, yikes. Bit of Curari definitely makes me a little bit worried, but turns out for nothing, because no problems whatsoever dealing with those sons of guns. And don't kill my friend, you bastard. You killed my new friend, my newest friend, really. But okie dokie. Okay, fortunately the Steam Drake went down quickly there. Started fighting without really percolating through the fact that that was very likely to be an especially swift end for the crew here. But that's fine. Dying for Beogh is much better than a random rampage. You're telling me, friend. You're telling me. Okay, we're just gonna try to let them follow behind, gaining some of the experience, you know, maybe learn some lessons, watching the master at work, as it were. At least until this troll ruins my life. Oh gosh. Definitely should have just smote you earlier. Well, there goes half my friends. And that is going to be something we repeat over the next while here, I feel. 31 chance of charming you, hey? Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Well, wizard friend, if you could please get like a slow or something going, that'd be nice. It's always been me and Steve, right? No one else other than Steve. Just two best buddies living their life. In fact, I'm worried that it's about to be just little old me the whole time. But we'll see, we'll see. Maybe I can phone a friend? No? You are not as subject to my charms as the rest, apparently. And you know what? Wow. Invo, I guess +3 is a pretty high aptitude, but that's still hit way faster than expected. Don't kill my friend. Perfect. Okay, no, Steve, don't die on me. Gosh darn it, Steve. Oh my gosh, now especially don't die on me. Holy moly. We have a sorcerer, folks. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit easy for things to slip here. Oh my gosh, +5 hand axe. I mean, slightly worse in some regards, but I feel like that's worth it for the short term here. We're still early off enough in the run to get away with it. And shields, we would definitely like to get rolling. So actually, let's focus that down. And then we can throw that buckler on as soon as we safely are able to do so. And that's fantastic. Ooh, entrance to orc, very promising. And holy moly, inventory is definitely getting pretty dang packed at the moment, so let's just do a bit of the requisite identification here. Free up some slots as well as give us some tools for the future. Noise and degeneration, I guess we don't really need to lug around at the moment. Noise, you know, at least has some potential use for the future, but I'm not going to be too worried about forcing it at this point. Oh gosh, and the Civil War begins. Brother fighting brother. But we have a lot of priests and wizards at our disposal now. So as long as we can get these Sons of Guns leveled up, I feel like we'll have quite a strong crew. Oh my gosh, this is a very orc-centric section of the game. Love that. Definitely love to see it. Don't you dare kill that priest. Please and thank you. Beautiful. Okay, Maurice. Get 'em, boys. Beautiful. Great work, all. Love to see it. And definitely throw on the cloak for just a little bit of additional health. Plus the Messiah definitely needs to be sporting this bold magenta look. You know, really lets us stand out. Make a name for ourselves here. We gotta learn the ability to stash them someplace safe. We definitely will. The one I'm tempted to stash is the Sorcerer, because they're not gonna get any stronger until we can give them equipment. But for the time being, the rest of them, as long as we can just try to keep them safe, a few of them will hopefully level up. I do always like the Octopus King rings so much. Usually not incredible by any stretch, but still half decent. I mean, the main issue with it here is that I don't know if we'll anytime soon have enough money to really warrant 646, especially when we already have this beautiful ring that we're holding out for here. Ring of Eve now. Eve now and never come back. Oh my gosh, how many more friends can we make? Jeez Louise. I mean, there's always the option, I guess, to just stash all of them and just phone them in a, you know, encounters where we feel like it might be a safe experience for them to gain experience. There we go. Even just reducing it down to a bit more of a skeleton crew, I think is fantastic. Unfortunately, Steve is included, and again, he's not very much in need of the work experience. Doesn't really need a wage-free internship, seeing as how they already kind of know what they're doing, but that's fine. At the Trident and one of the rings, really wish you'd gone even more. I dream of the day that I play on an Octopode and actually get the full complement. Become the true Octopus King. Now Louise's later. Oh, I'm sure. There will be more Jesus to have, or to be had. Oh, of course, the second I switch off my orb is when our invisible friend makes an appearance. Oh. I was about to say I don't know what you are, but you did in fact do a little bit of bat movement at the end there. And right, thanks, Safid. My brain is all over the place. I saw that we ID'd Acquirement, got really excited, then got very distracted. But let's just see right away what it is. I mean, a +5 War Axe Electrocution is hard to say no to. Oh my gosh, this is actually tough across the board. Our Elec, our Fire, AC +4 and Slay +5 pretty much makes the Corrode worth it, at least for this stage. But a +1 Cloak with Fire Resistance and Corrosion Resistance also pretty sweet. We wanted that Octopus Ring, we could even get the gold. Man. I mean, the weapon, we'll get more weapons. As much as it'd be a huge boost at this stage, we'll get a weapon. Cloak is probably my best bet. We have a nice ring upstairs that we're already holding out for that gives us at least the electricity resistant portion. So again, it's mainly this AC +4, Slay +5 that really draws me to this, but yikes, yikes. Slaying AC makes up for the Corrode. Really get Corrode more than once with that downside. Right? That's true. Yeah, you're torn. No, I'm torn. You're safe it. But yes, No, this is a tough one for sure. And I guess that joke doesn't work as well in the written format, hey? It's, again, just for whatever reason, one of the dumbest jokes that lives rent-free in my brain. I think, literally, every time I hear someone say the word torn in my life, my brain just insta-fires. Fortunately, for the sake of all the people around me, I usually don't act on it. I usually hold that into myself. But, oof, oof, oof. I might just take the ring because it's kind of fun. I should take the cloak. I think the cloak is the right move here. There's chances are that we'd never even find a better cloak than that in all of our adventures. Which almost makes me convinced again, but before I can change my mind, let's just pick this son of a gun up, shall we? And ironic, really, that we drop our corrosion resistance to put it on, but perfect.